Joining me this week is BrillyMister, a YouTuber who's known for his loot from videos, guides, and also his collaborations with Protox Gaming.
What did I get?
Picking flax.
Nah, dude.
He started making videos back 8 years ago, and after a break, fairly recently came back to Runescape content creation.
Welcome to today's video.
He recently has completed an entire week at Araxxor, and we chat about how burnout can be a factor when it comes to video creation. Other topics we'll cover include his favourite times in game, how he actually comes up with video ideas, and tons of other stuff. All of this listed in the description for you. This interview was actually recorded live on twitch.tv/RS3s interviews, so make sure to go and follow on there, and you may catch some future interviews live where you can ask the guests a question. So now join me as I head into the mind of BrillyMister.
Oh damn! Oh my god, I got a grin.
Hello, BrillyMister Meister?
Hey, what's up?
Is it Meister or Mister?
There's actually a little story behind it. I made it when I was like 12, a long time ago now, and I just watched American Pie for the first time. You can see where I'm going with this, I feel now. And it was it after Stifler in there, but I spelt it wrong and I missed an E out of Meister. So it just stuck with it ever since.
Do people call you Mister or Meister more first?
A bit of both, to be honest. I don't know. I think I end up with like a combination of both. I think Mr. sounds a bit better. It's an embarrassing way it came about now. Like, now I'm an adult, but the immature, like, 12-year-old me thought I was well cool when I made it.
Okay, so was that your username when you started playing RS then? Was that the first time you needed a username, or?
No, so I started playing RS quite a bit before that, and then I changed my name to that whenever they allowed you to make display names or whatever it was.
Yep.
But that was always like my Xbox gamer tag, and it's what I made as my YouTube name back in 2012 or 13 or whenever I started. It might have been 2011 actually. And yeah, I've just rocked with it ever since.
So when did you first start playing RuneScape? How did you get introduced to it?
So I was in like year 6 or 7 at school or something like that. It was a long time ago now. It was like 2006, 2007-ish kind of time. I think it might have been a bit before 2007. And it was like, you go around your mate's house for like a little sleepover or something then, and then he was like, oh, look at this cool game. And we went and did like Tutorial Island, and yeah, there's some good memories back then. I remember like my mate lending me like 200 GP so I could buy like an iron plate body or something, and like I was like, oh my god, I am literally incredible.
It is, isn't it? It's like that first time you get any kind of item, you just felt like you were the god.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like I'd like saved up my lunch money at school for a little bit and like not had lunch for a few days at school, and then given the money back to my mum like a week later so I could buy it. Like get her to like text or whatever it was then to go get membership for a month for like the school holidays.
Wow, I'm pretty sure I remember people at school doing that as well. Oh dear. Did you get lured much into the wildy, or were you?
No, I didn't get lured much. I got hacked a couple of times. I actually lost this account for like a good few years, probably like 3-4 years. Because I was like chatting to someone over there, and then for some reason, like again, child me decided we like swapped accounts or something, and then I lost my account. But I eventually got it back like 3 or 4 years later. I managed to actually recover it, and yeah, I've had it ever since. And then I got hacked again last summer, and that was my own fault. I fell for like one of those, the phishing streams. The RS guy is quitting, and like. Did not even like think about it, and yeah, fell for that.
Yeah, there were so many. Although recently, they seem to have disappeared. Now I don't know.
That's good that they've like clued onto it a little bit.
Yeah, like I'm sure Twitch knew about it for a while, and I know Ryan had spoken to them about it. Like he's got obviously contact with Twitch directly that he spoke to about them, and nothing seemed to be happening. And then suddenly, the last couple of months, like around archaeology, there were a ton, but. Since then, it seems to have completely died off. So
I still get them on Facebook all the time. They're like, click here to activate your 7 days of free double XP for it. And I was like, yeah.
Something a bit fishy.
Seems legit. But yeah, those ones are obvious.
But yeah, the streams, unless you're paying attention, like for me, it was I'm not following the RS guy, but it says like the RS5 guy or whatever, or something.
Yeah,
something dodgy.
I didn't even think about it. It was like it was just click this link to read my forum post about why I'm quitting. And I clicked it, and then it was like it asked me to log in for the forum. I was like, I don't know, I don't ever use the forums, and yeah.
It's weird. Whenever I click a forum link, like an actual forum link, it just takes me to the Netherlands homepage of the forum. Like it seems none of the forum links I'm clicking on actually exist. So
it's been a long time since I tried to go on the forum.
Yeah, well, I mean, the forum is now basically Reddit, isn't it? Which is an odd one.
I've not even really used Reddit that much, if I'm honest. I'm not.
Oh, so you missed out on lots of vital communication then.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not been a big Reddit person. I did make it onto Reddit the other day. I don't know, someone posted in my Discord that I'd managed to make it onto the Reddit bit.
Someone just put one of your videos on there.
Yeah. And Jagexes, RuneScape official Twitter shared one of mine as well. I think it was like my Araxxor guide like last week too.
It's really nice when they do that, isn't it? Like I've had it a couple of times. Once for one of the quiz shows, and then one of the the RuneScape researcher video I did as well. That one. It's just like nice, like just checking Twitter and you see like RuneScape.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, they know I exist.
Recognition from the gods.
I got it on YouTube. It popped up a little while ago that they subscribe. They like the official RuneScape page, like subscribe to me, and it still just sat there, sitting at the top of the like recent subscriptions one or whatever.
Such a nice feeling. Anyway, do you have a favourite NPC in the game?
As in like a boss sort of thing, or just
no, so more like just either someone chilling around the world, or someone that features in a quest, or.
I quite like that. It doesn't really participate much, but you know the little imp thing in Soul Wars next to the Nomad? That's always been a pretty cool one as NPCs go, I suppose.
I can't say I do. I haven't done Soul Wars at all.
He's like, yeah, I can't remember what his name is. Like Dr. Zimbu, I don't know, something like that. He's the guy you get the rewards off, I think, there.
Yeah, I've
not had massive interaction with many NPCs. I'm a spacebar quest kind of guy.
Okay. Have you got your quest cape or
nope.
Not yet?
No.
Anywhere near?
No, like 330 quest points or something. I don't know. I maxed in like 2014, and I've still not got my quest cape. I've just never thought of going to it. Yeah, I really do not enjoy quests.
You say you don't enjoy them, but is there one that you did?
I remember enjoying World Wakes quite a lot. I did that pretty close to release, and I thought that was pretty awesome because it was pretty much just a combat quest which involved going through and like killing all the God Wars bosses. I did really enjoy that one.
And there's obviously quite a lot of actual big story implications and stuff as well. If you
I think at the time I didn't really realize how important it was at the time, but I've recently redone it on my Iron Man, and it makes a lot more sense now.
It was kind of the same for me because I did it mostly because I wanted to get Sunshine and Death Swiftness. Like I've only been playing really 18 months. Like I played for a little bit back in the day and then had a huge break until January last year. So I like PVM, so I was like, okay, I need to do this quest for Sunshine and stuff. But I wasn't really reading into the lore. But now I've been going back and doing final boss videos and looking into the lore of all of the different bosses. And that kind of thing has brought me into realizing how much of a big thing it was, like what Sliske does. So
yeah, there is like some interesting, like if you do them all. So like I did put a little push on for Quest Cape at one point, and before I gave up again on it, and I did all like the vampire ones within a week, and like I really got into that storyline as well. But I think if I'd done them like the years apart that they came out, I'd have like forgotten what happened in the last one before the next one. But
yeah, you almost would need like a little catch up sort of video. Yeah, like what happened last time.
Last time in Adventures of the Marique.
And then a favourite boss. Something you probably do have, I would hope.
Elite Dungeons. I don't know if it's not a singular boss, but like the Elite Dungeons are all really, really cool. Like, I think they're great bits of content. They're really enjoyable bosses. There's like between them, there's like 9 different bosses or whatever in the lot of them. And yeah, they're really cool, enjoyable bosses. The fact that you can do them solo, go with friends as well. Yeah, they're awesome.
It just gives you the option to do it sort of however you'd like. Is it? You must have one that you particularly enjoy, even if it's just one of the dungeons rather than one of the bosses.
Ambassador's really fun as an actual boss. But yeah, probably my favorite like solo boss sort of thing is either Magister or Nex. But like as an actual whole piece of PVM content would be the Elite Dungeons.
Just because of the variety, like you said.
Yeah, they're so cool.
It's kind of a shame with ED3 though that you've only got one boss that has like drops that are worth it.
Yeah,
whereas...
same with ED1 almost as well. Like
yeah, because obviously ED2, every single one you could get a different codex, right?
Yeah, ED2 is quality for like, and it's the easiest to learn solo, I think.
I've only ever done like all 3 of the first bosses of them solo, but I will get there at some point. Work through them.
You'll always get there. They're good ones for learners as well, because you can go with a few people, so you can like learn the mechanics. And...
yeah, I've done a few trios, so it's good. I guess just making the jump to try and then solo.
You'll get there.
Do you remember what your first 99 was?
I do. This is going to sound really sad, but my notepad, you know the RS notepad thing?
Okay, yeah.
Has the exact date I got all of my 99s, every single one I got in there. And when I because I maxed my alt account as well, and I've got the same thing on there with all the 99s, like the date I got them. So I can tell you that my first one was 99 cooking, and I got it on the 21st of February 2011.
Cooking is a very popular one, it seems. I think it was
back in the day. That was like the easiest 99 was like that or fire making.
I think they still are very easy to get.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, which is, I guess, in contrast to woodcutting, that just takes forever.
Yeah, woodcutting is long. Woodcutting was quite a chill one back in the day, though, especially when Ivy came out. It was a little bit less fun when like cutting teaks and willows was like the way to 99.
I've basically just been doing Acadia, however you say it, the Menaphos ones. And then just doing my evil tree with the outfit daily and the use from divide locations. And I think 97, so it's kind of a slow, it's sort of happening passively over time.
How far away from max are you now?
Pretty close. It's like
because it's not actually, it doesn't take a horrendous amount of time now, does it? Because I know,
No.
Do you watch Diggy Mole? Have you heard it?
I've heard. I haven't watched a huge amount of his stuff yet. But...
I really enjoyed his. He's like quite. Well, he's about the same size as me on subs and everything. But he did a Road to Max series, and he just finished maxing, and that was really good. And he did it in about a yearish sort of time now.
Yeah.
I think he went pretty hard that year though.
Laser Shark as well as doing like max in a year sort of series. So it seems like it's that kind of time you can do it if you play a lot and if you have the drive to max. Like for me, I had a drive to max until PVM Hub came out, and then I kind of was like, I don't need to anymore, right?
Yeah, that was the same with me in Comp Cape.
Because like, it just gives you so much like quality of life and just ease of...
Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, I had a similar thing with the Comp Cape. As soon as they took the Reaper crew out of it and the stats were like bound to you for getting the Reaper crew.
Yes.
I just did that instead of having to grind out all the random Comp Cape requirements.
Yeah, Reaper's one that... the Reaper crew buff is one that I'm definitely after. I've just got Corporeal Beast and Magister left, I think.
That's pretty good.
Everything else I've got at least one on. I had level 70 the Defeater, which was interesting from Virago, obviously. But yeah, no, the Magister ones, obviously, it's just 115 Slayer is high.
That's a pretty steep requirement. I am so impressed that you've got a Solak and a Telos kill, but you haven't killed Corporal Beast.
I haven't done the quest yet. Like, I'm tempted to just make sure it is the final one that I do now, just because I don't know how many other people in game will have done it in that order.
I nearly had that with Greg. Greg was my second last one for Reaper crew title, but unfortunately I couldn't get it as my last one because I had to kill it to get the key piece for Telos.
Yeah.
But I've still, even now, I've only got one KC in Greg.
I didn't like Greg when I went to him, and I've never really gone back. I think I have something like 5. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not one that I'd ever had a dying urge to go do.
No, there are some good guides out there though. I know Kibium did a little like turbo guide, which is very nice. It's like a 6-7 minute long guide that goes through the rotations and it's
Yeah,
displayed in a nice way.
one of my friends in a friends chat I'm in is sent me a thing. Apparently, it's like he fully or like semi AFKs it on mobile. So I'm gonna try and give that a go at some point. I was gonna try and do it later today, but I might just carry on with archaeology.
Are you maxed on it yet, or?
On what archaeology? I'm 115, 100. Yeah, should be getting 116 today.
Very nice. I am 92 or 90. No, 91. I'm tempted to just go to 97 and get Fury the Small, and then leave it there for a while.
I've like not gone for any of the best in slot relics or anything. I've just gone for like the ultimate lazy ones. I got the Luck of the Dwarves one, the one where my adrenaline doesn't drain.
Yeah.
Who needs extra DPS? Just quality of life.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched your Nex Solo guide the other day, and of course you're having to adren build on the
yeah, that's
first
just
minion.
like not a thing anymore. Or even now, you didn't need to do that even without the relic, because you can build on the crystal in the hub and then just stall it, and you'll still have plenty for the beginning.
That's what I mean. But your guide was done before PVM Hub was out, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, 2 months later, and you'd have just had like that. Although I've recently done 50 or so duo kills, and my duo partner, because he's done thousands of Nex kills, he doesn't know any other way and doesn't want to like stall. He wants to just stick with what he knows.
Yeah, stick what you know, and if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Exactly.
Yeah, and no, my next guide's still my most viewed video by a long, long way. I think I'm over 20k views now.
I mean, she's so profitable, and they only made her more profitable recently with the Praisilic Essence.
Oh yeah, with the update. Yeah, there was a sudden nice spike. I like gained like the consistent views suddenly doubled over like a couple of days from when that update came out. I was chatting to Protox and he had the same with his next guide. We have like a little bit of competition on with that one. It's the one guide where if you search next guide, my guide appears above his. Every other thing that we've both done a guide for, if you search it, his comes first. That's the only one I'm holding it.
I really enjoyed like learning Nex. I've done some solos as well, and when you actually understand what's happening and how sort of the timing works, it's really enjoyable going between the phases.
Once you've got the hang of it, it's quite a chill boss. It's not like Hellware or all that sort of chill, but like there's a relatively low risk of dying, and
it's literally...
there's not like a mirror back or something that will just like randomly spawn and kill you. Or
yeah, no, thank you. Although to be fair, I do love Rax. I think I'm up to like 650 kills now, something like that.
Damn, you got more Rax cases than me. I got the title though.
I don't. I'm missing the second pet, like the second actual pet. I got my first like minion pet at 200 KC on the dot, which I was very happy with. And then I went 100 kills dry for a leg piece. I'm like, no, my RG.
I got the first pet somewhere around the 200 KC. Yeah, the same. Then once I got all the skins unlocked. I unlocked the last skin and I got the first one of the base pets. Was it Barry? I got that the same kill as I unlocked the last skin.
So lucky.
Yeah, I did an Araxxor week lately and I kind of burnt myself out of Araxxor. I don't think I'll be going back there for a little while now. But I did it was like 220 kills in a week, and yeah, it burnt me out a little bit. By the 5th day, I wanted to do something that was not Araxxor anymore.
Yeah, that is one of the things with RuneScape. It is a repetitive game. Like, it just is. There's
some things where it's quite nice repetitive, like nice chilled AFK skin, like archaeology sort of thing. But like a click intense boss where you've got to be paying attention can get repetitive if you do the same thing. I think the content creation side adds to the repetitiveness of it, if that makes sense. Like you feel like once I'd started it, I felt like I had to finish. I couldn't. Whereas if I wasn't creating content out of it, I'd have probably been like, yeah, cool, I'm just going to go do a different boss or something.
Yeah, you were kind of held to it by your own will. Is there anything like that you've really regretted doing for a content creation thing, where you've like just started it and then within a few minutes been like, why have I done this?
Yeah, so there's a series I was going to start, and then I never ended up actually releasing it. I made half of an episode, because I had, until very recently, not done a single clue on this account. And I was going to do a clue series. I had loads of them saved up in my bank, and I was all ready to go. Started filming it, did 10 hard clues, and was like, yeah, screw this. And,
not for you.
Never ever released it, yeah, so it's that's one that's not happening.
What was your favourite skill to train when you were going for max?
This one's an easy one. This one's not changed. Slayer, 100%.
Yeah,
Slayer's amazing.
That's
there's
such
no
a common answer as well.
There can be no debate that Slayer is the best skill. It's even better now, the fact that they have incorporated the fact that you can do some PVM, you can do group things like EDs with it, and the Reaper tasks, which I guess you can loosely class as Slayer as well.
Yeah, I would say it's one way of gaining XP. You could probably do a Reaper only, like
1 to 99.
1 to 99, yeah.
That'd be a long ass series, that. Yeah, but no, I actually just released about an hour and a half ago my top 5 skills that I found enjoyable. But some of them are for like nostalgic reasons. Other ones are what I enjoy now.
I think I'm glad I leveled my combat stats using Slayer rather than just ED free runs.
Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't do that as well, because that is the like epitome of boring and repetitive. Even though it's like it's almost too efficient to not do it, if that makes sense. If you made an account now, like you make good money as well. But I'm so glad that that's not. Yeah, I did mine. I grinded out 99 attack AFKing armored zombies back in like 2012. I was mad impressed that I was getting like it was like 100k XP an hour, and I felt like I was an absolute beast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some elite dungeon runs because I don't really fancy actually training dungeoneering. And
yeah, dungeoneering is not what it used to be, if that makes sense now. Like back when it first came out, you could go to like Demonheim and it would be absolutely packed out there. You could easily find a team. It was quite nice, and it was back when it's in the same way as mini games almost. It was less about efficiency, more having fun. Like nowadays, I think there's quite an efficiency mentality within the game.
Definitely, especially within the player base. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas back then, people didn't mind going to castle wars and not gaining any XP and like just standing around waiting for teams for dungeoneering. Whereas now, like I've not actually been there in a while. I'm going to be honest, but like I can imagine there's barely any people there now. It's probably quite hard to find a team. And
is there a dedicated world for dungeoneering?
I don't know. I want to say World 77 probably still is, but again, I couldn't honestly tell you.
Because I know there's one for obviously sinkholes. I've done a few sinkholes and stuff, but yeah.
They made it even worse now because they nerfed the daily, or they balanced the daily challenges, because the dungeoneering one used to be well OP. I did the whole of 99 to 120 with daily challenges.
I'm a fan of those daily challenge updates. It means they're just so quick and easy to do.
Yeah, and it's balanced for all skills now, because it used to be really weird before. You'd do like 2 dungeons if you extended it and get like 300k XP, and then you go and do like this really long crafting one or something and get like 12k XP. They were so unbalanced. Whereas now it's just a set. You get like, is it like a huge XP lamp's worth of XP per one or something? It's something like that.
It's 68k if you're 99. Roughly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on?
Definitely more balanced now.
What are your thoughts on stuff like the Yak Track?
I have personally not tried any of the Yak Tracks. Like I think it is like the general consensus I've seen from people is people do enjoy them and think it's a good bit of content, but it's not something I've personally tried, or like I don't know. I'm not really into the fashionscape and unlocking all the like cosmetics and stuff like that. And I'd rather just I quite like grinding, if you know what I mean. Like if I was going to do a skill, I'd quite like to just grind it out rather than do like a Yak Track 800 or something and then go do something else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you prefer to get something all the way out to max and then go to something else rather than chop and change.
It's not something I've personally tried, but I know there is a general consensus from like people I've chatted to in game and my Discord and stuff that people are enjoying the Yak Tracks. And Jagexes must think so as well, as they've done it 3 times now. That or they're just particularly inventive at the moment and haven't made anything else.
I mean, I know there is one task that costs basically 1 billion GP if you're actually doing it. It's a construction one, and it involves marble blocks.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of the high tier ones, but it doesn't seem particularly well balanced.
Or whatever to buy the bond for 20 mil and skip it.
So much cheaper. Let's go back. What's your favourite Slayer mob?
Edemus. I still have not got the pet though, but yeah, I really, really enjoy Edemus. They are such good, consistent, like 6 mil an hour, plus the fact that you get the chance or get the blood necklace shards, which they've gone up again now. They're like 16, 17 mil, I think, again now.
Again, I need 115 dungeoneering, I think it is for them.
It's somewhere around there, yeah. But yeah, they're enjoyable. I also really like the Creatures of the Lost Grove. Yeah. And I like, since I've only just started doing Slayer again, since I hadn't really done any since Anachronia and Laniakea came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was already like 120 and was doing other stuff. But I've just started doing a bit again recently, and I really do like the like blanket group tasks, like the dragons and the demons, where you can just go and do like ED2, or you can do Krill with demons, but you could already with greater demons, but like all of them count towards it, so it's quicker. And
yeah, or even like QBD or something.
Yeah, they're really nice. Yeah. Whereas before, like you get black dragons or something, and you would be locked to doing like QBD, or if you wanted to do a boss. Whereas now, you just get dragons. They are cool. The blanket like group tasks was a good update with Laniakea.
Is there any activity in game that you wish was more popular?
I wish it was easier to find teams for stuff, if that makes sense. Like, if you don't already have friends or know people that do like high level PVM, it's very difficult to get into it.
Yeah, raids is going to be an interesting one for me. At some point, I want to learn it, and like I know lots of people, because obviously I've interviewed tons of them, but I've never really sort of PVM'd with them, and I'm still sort of learning it. So it's going to be interesting actually finding and learning the stuff.
I think the fact that, again, with being a content creator, even though I'm still a very small content creator compared to quite a lot of the RS ones out there, it has helped. Like, I don't think I would have the retitler I've got any of the, like, I don't think I'd have had Solak AOD kills, probably not even raids kills if I hadn't been like that, because I got quite a lot of them through, I chat quite a lot to Protox and stuff like that, and a few of the guys in his clan have taken me and helped me with quite a lot of those things, which has been the way I've got into it, and now I've sort of like got into it, I can go with them quite a lot. But I don't think if I hadn't been doing that sort of thing, I'd have been getting into any of the teams. Like, it'd been very difficult to just like join raids FC if you have 0 KC and get in a team.
Yeah, my first AOD kill was on Protox's most recent Lootescape stream, and I got a 1 KC Praisal Codex.
Oh, mate, living the dream.
But apparently we were splitting, so it was like, oh,
rip.
It was a shame, but
split between like 60 people, and you got like 3 mil each or something.
It was 20 mil each, I think it ended up in the end.
I mean, that's pretty good going still.
It is. Fair. I was very tempted to just use it to unlock a 299.
Quickly just back out of the.
It's like, nice knowing you, Protox. It was good chatting and interviewing you the other month. See you later. Oh dear. Are you looking forward to Desperate Measures? I know you're not much of a quest person, but
I haven't even done Desperate Times to have done the pre-quest for it.
I've got a week off work coming up after tomorrow, so I'm tempted to see if I can bash out my quest cape in the week to have it like ready to then unlock come Desperate Measures.
That would be pretty cool.
It's like,
How close are you to quest?
I'm like 300. No, I'm about the same. I think 320 quest points.
Oh, so that's not too far.
It's doable in a week if I just go for it and don't really do anything else.
I get really burnt out after like 2 or 3 quests though.
That will be the issue.
My alt account that I maxed, I almost class this as an achievement. I'm so impressed at my laziness with quests. I maxed it. I don't even have Sunshine or Death Swiftness unlocked. And I've got like 110 quest points. I literally did what I needed to get to Prifddinas and what I needed for curses, and that is it.
Yeah, curses was such a nice unlock. I think I did
they're
Prif
nice.
first.
I'm currently in the process of doing that sort of grind on my Iron Man, and like doing Morning's End Part 2 for the 3rd time is like horror. It makes you question why you put yourself through it.
As long as you don't forget to flip that crystal round, you're good.
Yeah, well, because I'm an Iron Man as well, I can't even buy a Death Talisman. So instead of having to get the like 50 random items or whatever it is,
yeah,
I've gone to the point where I want to do that so little that I've just ground out 90 Slayer so I can kill Dark Beasts for a Death Talisman before I do it.
Oh no, that's gonna... Yeah. I tried to do Morning's End Part 2 without a guide for like an hour and a half. I think I made it like the first 2 bits. And then as soon as it started switching between the levels, I was like, nope, where's the guide? And even then it took like a good 45 minutes to get it all properly working. It's those little shade things.
I couldn't do a quest without a guide. Like even the easy ones, like I struggle without guides. I just like being told how to do it and just have to click, hold spacebar. Yeah, I'm probably going about them the wrong way. That's why I don't enjoy them. But
do you use video guides or the wiki?
I tend to use the wiki, but if I'm finding it particularly difficult, or if the wiki like is confusing me a little bit to like what I'm actually meant to do, I'll go and find that bit in a video guide. But most of the time, I just use the wiki.
So, did you watch the like live stream they did with the reveal of Desperate Measures?
No.
Okay, so they were sort of talking about like content going forwards, and so how many years have you been playing?
Since I don't know, I get my 15-year cape sometime this year, so 2005-ish.
Okay, because obviously the game's gone through a few different types of update cycle. Like they tried to do expansions for a while, well, for a very short while, and then they've done like weekly ones, and then recently it's been like every couple of months.
Now they just do a quarterly one.
So what they said is going forwards, they're hoping to go to a monthly schedule. So every month there'll be like a sort of decent sized content update, and then the other weeks will be ninja fixes, that sort of thing.
That's pretty cool, as long as they stick to it. But
yeah, that's kind of the important thing, is sticking to it. And for me, as I've only played for 18 months, I haven't got any of the burnout that a lot of other people I think do, of having sort of done all the content already. Do you find yourself with that or not?
Not really anymore. Like when I first maxed in like 2014, there was like a good 6-month period where I was like, well, what do I do now? But now I don't really ever get burnt out, so to speak, anymore, because there's always something different to do, or I can find like a different video idea to work on and that sort of thing. I find what I do now dictated more by what idea I've had for a video rather than just logging on and thinking, oh, what shall I do, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't really get that burnt out anymore. Only if I do this, like the Araxxor week or whatever, where I do the same thing for an extended period of time.
Yeah. Although you said you like sort of grinding out something in one go.
Yeah, I do quite like grinding stuff. Like I did, my first 120 was like thieving. This is way before I started back on YouTube again. And I like just grinded out thieving for like 6 months straight, and I was more than happy going just doing that, just a few hours a day of it.
I'm 96, 97 now. I've been doing the elves just because the GP and stuff, and they're relatively AFK. I know
Yeah, it's a
safe
nice
cracking
skill,
is.
man.
I think safe cracking is probably still quite a bit faster, but it's the actual rewards of the elves. It's just sort of
Yeah,
worth
elves is what I did to 120. It was before safe cracking. I think I'd probably do safe cracking if I went for 200 mil now, but yeah, the elves were nice and chill.
Do you think you'll ever go 200 mil all?
Maybe. I am starting to think that way. I'm at like 2.5 bill XP now. So I'm not close, but I'm also getting to the point where I've got enough XP I can start thinking about it, if that makes sense.
Oh, construction would be the one for me.
Yeah, I'm not going to be looking forward to that. That'll be done over a few double XP weekends, I guess. I'm at 18, nearly 19 mil construction now, and that's just from doing god statues every now and then when I remember or can be bothered.
It's just slowly going up in the background.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much my lowest skill, that and fletching. But fletching's planned for next double XP weekend. I've got like 2.5 million rune arrows. I've got banked, ready to smash out 120 all in one go.
Hey. So what was the last 99 before you maxed, like, for the first time?
So the last one I can tell you, where is it? Let's have a look. Mining. Because mining used to be really, really horrible.
Oh, I guess it was because it was sort of one ore per rock, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
living rock. It was living rock caverns. It wasn't that bad once you got there, but like getting to, is it like 77 for the coal? I think it was coal. Yeah, getting to that was really horrible. Just power mining and dropping iron or sandstone, and then even when you got that, it took me a long, long time. It was only like 65, 70k an hour, like topping out at the living rock caverns then. So it wasn't great. The XP rates and everything now have come along so much. Like you got, even for mining, you got like the arcs, Serin stones for like chilling AFK, and even mining like Amnica is pretty good.
I did for, well, pretty much most of my 99 smithing and mining, I just did the Serin stones.
They're so chill. I did before I discovered the arc. This is way before the mining and smithing update. I ground them out for a little bit. That was gonna be a 120 on my list, and I ground out to like 50 mil XP there.
I probably should go through and do the process of trimmed masterwork at some point though, because it's like such a good armor set.
Oh, it's amazing! It's amazing.
I've got regular masterwork, so how is the process of getting it from regular to trimmed?
I just bought it on the GE.
You just bought it.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I just bought it on the GE on release, and then I bought myself a set of the normal masterwork just for like Slayer and lower tier bosses and stuff.
So which boss do you reckon over the years you've made the most money at?
Probably. Oh, that's a tough one, actually. I want to say Magister, Nex, and Araxxor have all got to be up there. Probably Nex or Magister, really. I did a lot of Nex before EOC. Back in like 3 and 4 mans. With like, oh, it sounds so like nostalgic now. Like with like a chaotic crossbow, like in Void, and with like Elysian Spirit Shield, and you felt like you're an absolute beast, like trioing it.
And now during it is just trivial, and solo,
Yeah, like,
as you
yeah,
said,
it's
is
like-
almost trivial.
It's just chilling, yeah. That is almost something that I want to do for a video at some point. It's something I had an idea of doing. I did like a series, it was quite a while ago. It was only when I first started back on YouTube, so it hasn't got many views. And it was like my old guides that I'd done from 2012. So I had like a Corp and a Zami God Wars guide. And I watched back the guides and I went and did the bosses with the gear that I had recommended in those guides from that time. And oh my god, like Corp was so difficult. And same with Zami. But Nex was one of the ones that I wanted to do that with.
Yeah.
But I've not been brave enough. Like I'm pretty sure I cannot solo it with like a single chaotic crossbow. So once I found some people that want to duo or trio and have full void and stuff like that, then I might give it a go at some point.
So would this be Legacy as well?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
Legacy. Yeah, yeah. Probably.
Oh, no.
It was pretty painful.
I mean, the ice prison is like unreliable enough at the best of times.
Yeah, and you can't even like free them so you can eat as well with Legacy. You literally
Yeah.
just have to hope someone frees you or you just die.
I don't know what's up with that hitbox. Is it meant to be random, or is it meant to like
What, the prison?
Yeah.
So I think it goes to the person that is the furthest distance from Nex at the time,
Right.
but I'm not 100% sure. Like I remember
I
reading it or hearing that
um,
somewhere, but
sorry, I
I'm
don't
not.
mean who it goes to. I mean like actually freeing the person from it. Because I swear
Oh yeah,
you
it's
spam
like
click it
impossible.
and it just
It is
doesn't.
literally, yeah, you're like there, like I swear I'm trying to free you, but like literally nothing's happening. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's just broken. Nice little glitch from Jagex.
What
Do you remember?
mean?
Oh, I
Never
don't know
happens.
if you've done much ROTS, but they did an update fairly recently. I can't remember what the update was, but it made it so when you went to ROTS, whoever made the instance had no button to click through the barrier. So there literally just was no click option on it. And I went and did I did it. It was with Protox. I did the Hour of Rots and a couple of other guys, and like you just couldn't go in. There was. So yeah, it took us like the whole hour to realize that the person had to make the instance. Everybody else had to join, then they had to leave and rejoin someone else that was already in the instance to be able to get in. Oh, it was painful.
Oh dear. Well, leading on from glitches, is there one thing that you'd change about RS3 to improve it?
Not really sure. I personally quite enjoy it as it is. Probably their sort of communication regarding updates, if that makes sense, like isn't actual news posts and things. Like God Wars Dungeon 3, for example, they've said what in Runefest it's going to be summer 2020, and like it's definitely into summer now, but we've not had any sort of announcement of it's going to be August or sort of thing, or anyone saying oh actually we've had a few things, it's going to be delayed. I would rather they communicated better with things.
I feel like we'll be maybe lucky if we see it this year. I don't know.
I'm really expecting it to be at least autumn, because I'm guessing they had a bit of disruption with the whole pandemic thing. Same as everybody. I'm guessing they had some sort of disruption.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like which other companies and stuff they were working with in regards to making assets and stuff. Because obviously they outsource some stuff.
Yeah.
So if they were affected worse, or
yeah, at least with tech or something like that, it's something which I'm imagining they could have quite happily worked from home.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
I guess that's why they've had the time to focus on like all these little quality of life things.
Yeah, they could not have timed archaeology any better though.
Well, they delayed it, didn't they? Like,
Yeah, they like released it, and then like the UK went into like a full lockdown, and there was just everyone was just there to play it.
Yeah, it worked out so well, and it was the same for Disney Plus as well. That came out like exactly the same time that everyone started to get stuck at home over here. Do you have much time to play other games, or is RuneScape like your one?
So I've pretty much my entire life just played RuneScape. I have had like I went for a stage when I was at school of playing like a Call of Duty, a lot of Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox with like mates from school.
Yeah.
For a little bit, and then I came back to RuneScape, and then I don't know if you heard of it. One called Eve Online, like spaceship.
The spreadsheet game, yes.
Yeah, I played that for probably about a year, and then but I always, no matter what, I always seem to come back to RuneScape as like my main game that I play. I've started playing a little bit of Warzone now, but like when I say a little bit, I mean like a couple of games every couple of weeks, and that's just like for memes. I am absolutely terrible at it. I don't know if do you follow Protox's second channel?
I sort of dip in and out. I have like so many people that I try to keep a track of.
He done like a video on there as like escapers versus shooting games, and there's like just a clip of me like just not physically able to jump in the back of a van. Like it was so bad. I'm terrible at it.
So we've mentioned it a little bit, but obviously you've done a few collabs with Protox and stuff. Have you got a favorite one?
My favorite one was the interview I did with him when I very much first started doing YouTube, I had like 300 subscribers, and I'd only been back doing it for like a month or so.
Yeah.
And as a thing, like I messaged a fair few different content creators out there, seeing if they'd be interested in doing like an interview kind of thing. And some of them I got a reply, and they just politely said no. Some people I got no replies, but he was from the start the one that's always been happy to help. If you ever had any questions or advice, he would always be happy and stuff like that. And did an interview with him. That was probably my favorite one. That was my first collab I'd done. But since then, we've done a few like challenge and versus videos with each other and stuff like that. That's been really enjoyable as well.
The fights.
Yeah, the spinning the wheel one was quite a funny one, because we put picking flax on there as one of the options, and he rolled it and he had to literally pick flax for 30 minutes to make money. It was brilliant. We've had some funny stuff on that. Yeah, we've had some really good funny ones with that.
Yeah, there's so many options for that sort of thing. Because obviously, in old school, that kind of content creation, the collabs and verses and that kind of thing, it's done so much. It's not... You don't see it so much in RS3.
Yeah, you don't see... I don't know. RS3 is a lot... I don't know. The content creation and streaming and everything side of it seems a lot smaller. I know it's got a smaller player base, but like, even in terms of the smaller player base, it seems even smaller viewer base.
Yeah, but maybe that's partly down to the stuff that's made, because it is like there are a few sort of certain definite genres of video made for RS3, and that is guides, progression, and like almost loot videos, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, I've done quite a lot of that, like the loot from.
I quite like seeing them because you see like people's crazy RNG and stuff. But maybe that's where people don't watch because they're all kind of, I don't know, similar. There's nothing to like grab new people in.
Yeah.
Which is where stuff like the fight stuff you did with Protox, for example, kind of is that different thing. It kind of leads people on a bit of a story through the entire thing.
Yeah, they were also really enjoyable to do. Like, it's very different to anything you would like naturally do just playing the game day to day. It's not something. Yeah, I wouldn't randomly go and do 30 minutes of 4 random things and then decide to go in legacy mode and see if I can kill people.
I had to go to legacy mode yesterday. I was doing Ascension creatures, and someone said I should get the caps for my Slayer dungeon. And
they're so good.
And you one-shot them in legacy mode, so I was like,
yeah, it's
okay,
amazing.
Let's do this. And I got 1 soul in 120, which was a shame. Ooh. But
I recently ground them out so I could do a loot from there. I did like loot from 10,000 of them or something, and then I made a guide and everything on it.
I did get...
It took me like 5 hours to get the freaking souls.
I got 2 scales though in the 120 kills, and they're like a 1 in 1k drop. So
yeah,
I was pretty happy with that.
You get quite a lot of them, and the keys are worth a lot at the moment now. It was like 700k for a Primus key when I did my loot from. I think it's still somewhere around there.
It's kind of like Keys to the Crossing. They're 560k.
Oh yeah, I know they're bang, and so are the Kopeshes are like 500 mil now.
I don't know why. Like
everything inflated so much with archaeology. It's like there was suddenly tons of people had like an archaeology alt that just made money off the caches, and all the like really rich players that had just been hoarding GP suddenly had a reason to spend it all. So there's like so much GP flooded into the economy, and everything just skyrocketed. Like sailfish are like 6k each now, and
yep, I've
like,
moved back to sharks.
Everything just skyrocketed in price. I'm guessing from the like sudden influx of people spending their money that had just been sat there in their bank as spirit shards or whatever.
It just caused everything to go up, and then obviously there was the double XP like a month after it that didn't help things because it just screws with the economy so much. So, with your videos, have you got any favourite moments or a favourite one that you've made?
My favourite one that I've made is probably my Araxxor guide. I was quite proud of from like a finish. I feel it's the most polished looking video I think I've made quality wise. But most enjoyable ones to make. I really enjoy making the loot from videos, like going and doing 10 hours or 10,000 or whatever of something, and I really find them enjoyable and quite interesting as well, because I've got like quite a catalog almost at the end of them now of like the money I've made from all the other bosses. It's really interesting seeing the picture building up of what makes more money than what, and they're my most enjoyable ones to make. But in terms of a finished product, the guides are always the ones I'm most proud of, because you put a lot of time and stuff into editing them, and it's really interesting to see how each guide is better than your previous guide you made in terms of like
you
the
actually
editing
learn.
and the final finish. Yeah.
Have you got favourite... Wait, no. What am I saying? Why was I about to ask if you got a favourite guide? It's your Araxxor guide. What about... What? What about, like, top 10s and stuff like that? Because obviously... You've done a couple of them, I think I've seen.
I've done a few of the top 5s. They're quite fun to make. They're quite they don't require as much sort of time as like a guide or something, which will take like 20 odd hours to make and that. And they seem to go down really well. People seem to really enjoy watching them, and it kind of engages people as well. Like I've been asking on my top 5 people to like put in the comments, what your top 5 was or what you've personally found. It's really interesting to see what like other people think and how things they agree on. And like I did a top 5 enjoyable bosses, like bosses I enjoy, and like there was quite a common theme running through with all the bosses that other people seem to enjoy were fairly similar. And then there'd be like some random person that like enjoys something completely mental, like it'd be like giant mole or something. Loves hard mode hellware.
Yeah, giant mole. I'm not looking forward to when I'm sure I'm eventually going to go for Insane Final Boss. I'm not particularly looking forward to going back to that cave.
Yeah, I've only done like 18 KC or something on it.
See, I did 100 because I'm doing like a final boss series where I'm doing the 100 kills at each boss, and
I bet that was pain. And barrows as well. Really, really dislike barrows. It's just the puzzles. The puzzles on the doors, like when stuff's trying to attack you, and it loads up, and you have like a second to try and quickly click something before something else hits you, and you panic, and then you get it wrong, and you have to run around the... Oh, it's horrible.
See, 3 of the 4 puzzles I know immediately. It's the one with the circle and the triangle. I never know quite which one the right one is, but the others I can generally like react fast enough and just click on it.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things, because I haven't done it, I don't know them, therefore it's more painful because I fail them more.
So then you have to run round, and
it's like a vicious circle of pain.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd get the amulet for the relic, because that seems really nice. But again, it's silly expensive still.
Yeah, I've refused to buy that. I got it on my Iron Man. I've actually got the relic on my Iron Man. I got the amulet really early on. I've only done like 30 KC on my Iron Man. I got really lucky. I got Aram's main hand, Aram's offhand, and then the amulet is my 3 items I've got, and I've just never gone back.
No need to.
Yeah, I was like, I've got what I need.
Yeah.
Mic drop, I'm out.
Have you ever played old school? Because obviously you played back in the day. You've like been making videos for 8 years or so.
I took a fairly substantial break from making videos. I made quite a lot back in like 2011, 2012, and oh my god, they're so cringy when I watch back at them now. They are absolutely horrendous. But I thought they were really good back then. But no, I've not really ever played old school. It has been something I have been thinking about doing. So watch this space. But it's not something I've yet tried personally. I've always gone like I didn't want to do it because I've put so much time into this account that I don't want to go back and start from scratch sort of thing. And now I feel like it's been out for too long, so I'm way behind, and it's not going to be anything like it was back in 2007 anyway.
Well, yeah, there's so much content they've actually added since then.
Yeah,
as well.
I get them in my recommended videos to watch on YouTube all the time, and it's like 10 hours, or I went and done this, and I'm like, I have literally no idea what that even is.
But that's the way they sort of have to go, though. You have to keep adding new stuff.
Yeah, they couldn't just follow the same development path that RS did. Otherwise, eventually it would get to the point where there was EOC again, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have gone down really well.
But it's something I might try in the future. I have been thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I'm at a similar sort of point. Like, there's still a lot that I want to do on my main account, so I haven't even bothered looking at Iron Man. But I am looking forward to that point where I do reach it and I get to go back and do all the quests again with all this like understanding of everything and see the stories played back. Kind of like you said with Guffick Sleep. Was it Guffick Sleeps?
Yeah, well, no, World Wakes.
No, World Wakes, sorry.
Gothic Sleeps I only did fairly recently on my main when I did my push for trying to get Quest Cape.
It's a good one, that one. I like that as well.
Yeah, I did enjoy that one, to be fair. And Marshrat, Richler the Marshrat, I did enjoy as well.
I say it every time it comes up in these interviews. It's that bit on Mostly Harmless where you have to run across and there's the fireballs.
Oh my god,
Not
that
that
took
bit.
me so long.
That bit sucks.
That took so long. That's one of the ones I had to get a video guide up. Wiki trying to explain to me on the wiki where I had to run for that was like pain. So I ended up getting a video and just like literally click by clicking the exact spots. And it still took me ages to get through it.
I swear it's like RNG.
Yeah, and it's
It
like
has to
it's
be.
so triggering. You get like so close to the end, and it doesn't have like checkpoints or anything, and you'll get hit right before the end, and you have to go right back to the start.
Okay, well, I've pretty much reached the end of everything I had to ask. I see King Duvert. Is it Duvert? Something along those lines has hosted this fairly recently, so I don't know if any of his viewers have any questions for you, Mr. Brilly, or myself, about anything either RuneScape related or anything else. I'm going to start with a random question, and this is, what's your favourite curry?
I really like the Rogan Josh, but I have it with chicken rather than lamb. Chicken Rogan Josh, my local curry house, absolutely banging.
Fair. Okay. I don't think I've ever tried chicken Rogan Josh. It's always lamb.
I'm always a bit like, I don't know. I don't trust like takeaways and stuff like that, like especially kebab shops.
Yeah.
I work. My job IRL is as a chef, so I like seeing the kebab shops like those kebab thingies on the massive heater, which just sits there, and then they warm it up, cool it down, warm it up, cool it down, and you know that's been there for a few days. I just I can't deal with it.
Yeah, the kebabs are probably my least favourite like takeaway thing to ever even consider.
Yeah. We have a kebab shop, which is like, I live in the countryside, and it's the only thing that delivers to us. I can't get any Just Eat or Deliveroo or anything by us. It's the only thing that delivers there, so I just get a pizza from them every time because I feel like I'm playing it safe.
I'm pretty country based as well, and it's similar. We have one pizza place that delivers, and that is it. So, but that is quite safe.
Yeah, I feel safe with a pizza.
They do a banging stuffed crust. The cheese is so good. Right, has anybody got any questions in chat? I don't know if anyone's actually in my chat or if they're still in King's chat. But have you got any questions for me? Reverse the interview.
What made you come back to Planescape after you played it back in the day and then suddenly decided to start playing it again? What made you want to come back or think, suddenly twig in your mind, I'm going to go and try Scape again?
Okay, so it would have been like winter 2018. Me and my partner actually went travelling for 5 months. We went to New Zealand for 3 months and then Japan for a month, and there was like a couple of weeks either side. So it averages out 5. And while we were away, I watched the RuneScape documentary, the 15-year one.
Oh, that was good. I watched that as well. That was good.
It came up randomly recommended one day, and I was like, oh, let's give this a watch. Because I know Wazzy IRL. I've known him all the way through school, and he streams like daily and has done for 2.5, 3 years now.
I watch a lot of Wazzy.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Wazzy.
So I thought, okay, let's watch it and see if it sort of does anything for me. Like, learn a bit more about the game so I can chat to him actually about it. And it did. It was very interesting. And I was like, oh, I should give this a go when we get back. So I did. And then one time I went round his, and I was on his stream just after I'd started the account, and his viewers were a bit too generous because I just ended up with a Blood Amulet of Fury. I got a random Tectonic Energy that was just sat in my bank, a load of brews and potions, and I was like, oh, well.
Did you go around yours and try and help you do Telos? I'm sure I've watched a stream of him helping one of his friends IRL do Telos.
That would have been me. Yeah, that would have been me. I was the one that guided him on a blindfolded Telos kill. I hadn't done Telos at this point. I didn't know what any of his attacks did. That was a challenge. But that we did a 0%, and it's tempting now that I actually know what's going on to try and get 100% kill. So to deal with P5 as well. But
I've never done 100% kill. I've done 4 kills, and I literally brute forced my way through it for Reaper title. Basically, I just almost ignored mechanics and just ate through them all, which you can do at 0 in Rage pretty much.
I'm at 140%, I think. So just before the freedom thing comes, where he just breaks your stuns, which doesn't sound very fun. And yeah, but I'll go for Warden at some point. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be a cool title to have. I want to learn it, but I don't want to lose absolute bank in the process of trying to learn it.
That's the problem lots of people have though with PVM, is they don't want to risk losing it and that money sort of disappearing. But it's the eventual gains. That's the thing, the rewarding sort of just nature of actually learning something. It just comes at a cost. Anyway, chat is still very quiet, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for coming on. Is there any shout-outs you'd like to make, or anything you've got coming up in the future that you wanna plug?
Well, I've just started my new Mainscape series, BrillyMister. It's just my Mainscape progress series really. It's road to having maybe Insane Final Boss in the future. Maybe 5.6 build. It's just my Mainscape series, tracking all the random achievements and gains and stuff that I've got on there. It's just taken over from my Project Rebuild series because I couldn't really call it a rebuild anymore because I was a couple of build clear of where I was before I got hacked, so I couldn't call it a rebuild anymore.
Sounds fairly rebuilt, yeah.
Yeah. If any of you guys haven't already, don't forget to check us out on YouTube.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you very much again for joining me. I hope everyone that's watched has had fun. And until next time, everyone, stay safe.